Hi Taurus, this is Tao with Ariana stock. This is your forecast for February 2026. I will use these decks amongst other decks for your reading this month. For a personalized reading as well as for deck purchase, feel free to reach us at the email address given below, Taurus. Now, the overall energy from the ideal tarot is the Five of Swords. This is from the suit of swords, so you're going to be very alert and active when it comes to your mind. You're going to make quick decisions, but then you also need to be prepared because the 5 means that you have to sail with the changes, because you have to be flexible. Sudden activity could be the order of the day this month. You also need to be mindful of your speech because saying something unpalatable could rub people the wrong way. It could start a fire. Be careful while working because hastiness could mean that you are distracted and it could lead to mistakes. That is why it says review the tasks. The final days of January 2026, stepping into February, I do have the Seven of Swords. This was a period when you needed to be tactful. Maybe you also needed to maintain your composure. In this time, you had also benefited because you had used your intelligence to tackle the problems that had arisen. Your senior may have also saddled you with excess work. With this card, it means that someone was like a deceptive person, someone who wasn't upfront. Maybe you also wanted to focus on work and avoid interaction with people around you. You had to adjust to what your superior desired, or to avoid the feeling of alienation within the work front. Obstacles to overcome this month or the challenges is the Ace of Wands. So with this card in the challenge position, it means that you crave newness, that you desire to be very creative, but take any offer that comes your way with a grain of salt. Paperwork or technical work is going to increase for sure. There could be rounds of interviews, but then nothing comes about it. That is why it would be imperative for you to look closely at offers. Aura cleansing will also benefit many Taurus this month. Again, with the influence also, I'm picking up that you could also be thinking of movement or a journey. You also want to start something afresh. Perhaps you also need to follow your intuition because we can be blinded by what others say. Within the family also, you may feel restricted. There are limitations that are imposed. That is why you feel it would be prudent to keep to yourself. Communication could also be a factor for Taurus, so break down the walls of communication, break down those barriers if you want to communicate or if you care for someone. This could be a love interest. Also, avoid giving the silent treatment to your person this month. The first 10 days of February is the Devil card. This talks about you being the center of attention. Communication is going to increase. You're also going to make gains via communication, so make it count, but you could also have those second thoughts. You also need to guard against misunderstandings. You could be distracted because of a flurry of activity. Deals could also be inked quickly and you could also get an advance here. As the leader of the pack, I think you need to be patient with others. Maybe you're going to be very gruff and loutish because staff isn't competent enough. You will sack workers who misbehave. Later, you may realize that your angry reactions were uncalled for. Your management or your superior could also want you to oversee the running of another department, but this may not go down well with you, so you need to sidestep such issues because it could mean that you're poking your nose in the affairs of those who are handling the other departments. On the home front also, repairs could be underway. In case you're dealing with a landlord, I think your rent could also be increased. So look into that and be careful. Shopping is also on the cards for Taurus. The next 10 days, that is 11th to 20th February, is the Page of Cups. You will be sought after for your words of wisdom. But then this Page of Cups is also reminding you to keep to yourself, to be guarded. Maybe there's also going to be competition if you give too much information away. Your loved ones could also want you to enumerate whatever you have done for the family. Maybe they think that you're not contributing to the family purse. That is why it would be wise to jog their memory. In this period also, I'm picking up that you could be the caregiver. Meetings will also be deferred or rescheduled. Remember the Five of Swords here, so that is going to be the case. Maybe you're also going to be bored. That is why you desire newness. You need to shake things up. You also believe that the pay packet is not up to your mark. That is why appreciation as well as money is something which is going to motivate Taurus. Again, worker unrest is also something which I am picking up right now. So as a leader, you should be careful. You could also be a bit rattled because your superior could want you to make changes which you feel that are impractical. That is why you have to fight your way. The final days of the month, that is 21st to 28th of February, is the Queen of Pentacles. Look at the bigger picture. Sometimes short-term gains means that we lose out when it comes to the bigger scheme of affairs. Minor gains can be there. Again, you feel let down. You could feel betrayed. That is why I said that you need to be careful. Females could also play a dominant role at this time. Things will definitely come out in the open. You need to assert yourself. You need to stay motivated. Technical issues, gadgets could also malfunction at this time. Maybe someone is also trying to renew contact with you in February. With the card Nail Crucify, maybe you feel you're sacrificing yourself, or that you feel like you're the sacrificial lamb here. Pride and ego could also affect your relationships. So you also need to understand that ego has no place in relationships, whether personally or professionally. Lenormand's letter has also come out, so you need to be prepared because paperwork is going to be there. Maybe you're looking into emails or writing official letters and mails, or even a romantic message to your partner. Incidentally, with respect to your love life, I do have the card past life relationship. So the person you're dealing with could be someone from your past. This person and you share a permanent connection here, with promise of permanent connection coming in from the Love Oracle deck. Maybe Taurus, you're also going to be proposed this Valentine month. So let me know in the comment section if this comes about. Talks will also center around your journey. The opposite sex is certainly going to be charmed by your demeanor, but be careful of unwanted attention. Maybe some of you are in a relationship where your person is very dominating. That could also be the case. Again, with that Five of Swords, I also believe that those of you who are in an on-again, off-again relationship could renew contact. Perhaps it's all as per divine will and divine plan. Spirituality will also interest Taurus this month. You could be in a philosophical frame of mind. I'm working towards a better future. So with these cards, the rings here talks about a permanent connection. Like I said, maybe you or your person also desires a more stable relationship. That is something you need to work on. The health of your partner could also affect Taurus this month. The last card in this reading is emotional sensitivity. So this means that you need to be attuned to yourself, because there are going to be those times when you're going to be very sensitive to the harsh energies, or if someone says something which is harsh or unpalatable, then you could recoil. You also need to honor and respect the signs that your body gives you at this time. Maybe pay attention to your dreams too, Taurus. I hope, Taurus, you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.